Yeah. Still June 30th, but we're going to squeeze in Proverbs 31 because there is no June 31st. So we'll squeeze it in today so we don't miss any, right? Oh. Now, Proverbs, they're on the last chapter in Proverbs. And we'll start a new one tomorrow for the 23rd time through, right? This is Solomon. Okay, we're back to Solomon. And these are words of that his mother wrote him, okay? The words of King Lemuel, the oracle which his mother taught him, okay? Did he learn his lesson? No, not really, but we'll read this. What, O my son, and what, O son of my womb, and what, son of my words? Right away. Do not give your strength to women or your ways to that which destroy kings. Did he do that? Yes. So eager to expand his kingdom, he was marrying princesses and expanding his kingdom that way until he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. So, did it destroy a king? Yes, it did. Okay. He started letting them, when they came from another country, he started letting them build temples to their gods. And our God is a very jealous God, right? Okay. The next lesson. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine or for rulers to desire strong drink. For they will drink and forget what is decreed and pervert the rights of all the afflicted. Right? Make poor decisions. Right? You make poor decisions and people could take advantage of you when you are drunk. So rulers, kings, or rulers should not drink. Right? It says that in the Bible. They should not drink. But who should drink? Okay? Give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to him whose life is bitter. Right? Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his trouble no more. The note over here. For wine doth comfort the heart, says in Psalms. Right? And his father wrote that, David. It's okay to drink, okay? Forget your poverty. Not to get drunk. Nowhere in the Bible does it say it's okay to get drunk, but many people drink. They drink wine. There's all kinds of references to wine, and good wine, and bad wine, and mixed wine, and right? So, if somebody has a problem drinking, they shouldn't drink, okay? If somebody has a problem drinking, but you don't, and you're hanging around that person, you shouldn't drink around them, okay? It's just common courtesy, right? But it is not a sin to drink. Some people say it is, but it's not, okay? Okay, and the last two. Open your mouth for the mute for the rights of all the unfortunate. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and defend the rights of the afflicted and needy. All right? Poor people, rich people can defend themselves. Poor people cannot. Right? The rights, judgment. Sons of passing away. Over here, the dumb defend their cause that are not able to help themselves. Right. So, there you go. Those are the words of Bathsheba to her son. Right. Now, the rest of this chapter it's a very old acrostic poem. Acrostic means it was written, and to be fair, a lot of things then were written acrostically, where they would start with the first letter of the alphabet and the beginning of each stanza. They didn't have sentences, but the beginning of each stanza had a new A is for this, B is for this, C is for this, right? Alpha, beta, delta, gamma. So it was written that way, okay? A translation doesn't come out that way, but that's the way it was written. And I imagine this was told to girls, okay? This was taught to little girls of what a virtuous wife was. It was an old poem when it was put in Solomon in Proverbs. So let's read it. An excellent wife who can find, for her worth is far above jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She looks for wool and flax, and works with her hands in delight. She is like merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is still night and gives food to her household and portions to her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. From her earnings she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and makes her arms strong. She senses that her gain is good. Her lamp does not go out at night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hands grasp the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor, and she stretches out her hands to the needy. She's not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Right? There's a note for scarlet over here. Right? Double. Okay. She makes covering for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known at the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies belts to the tradesmen. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she smiles at the future. She opens her mouth in wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Get that? Kindness. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and bless her, her husband also, and he praises her, saying, right, quote, many daughters have done nobly, but you excel them all. Right? That's what he says, end quote. Right? Okay. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. That's highlighted. It's a very important verse, okay? Give her the product of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates. There you go. Proverbs, the last chapter of Proverbs. Well, this one, they do all these things. 30. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. Are you looking for someone purely on their appearance? Okay? And charm and their poise and their dignity, right? Can they run a house? Right? Can they cook a meal? Can they build you up no matter where you're at? Yeah? And a woman who fears the Lord. Most important. Most important, fear the Lord. That's the wife you're looking for. We highlighted this stuff. Most cities separate it, but the words of King Lemuel the oracle, which his mother taught him, right? His words of Solomon, which her mother taught him. Okay? What did I say over here? That is of Solomon, who was called Lemuel, that is of God, because God had ordained him to be king over Israel. Okay? And his mother, Bathsheba, taught him this. Okay? Do not give your strength to women or your ways to that which destroys kings. Meaning that women are the destruction of kings if they haunt them. And it was. Okay, it was. Okay. And it is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, or for rulers to desire strong drink, for they will drink and forget what is decreed, and pervert the rights of all the afflicted. Wise words from a wise mother, right? Rulers should not drink, okay? If you get drunk, people can take advantage of you. You sign things, you don't even know what you're saying. Read Proverbs 23. Talks all about that. Who should drink? Yeah. Give strong drink to him who is perishing, right? Ready to die. And wine to him whose life is bitter of soul. a grief of heart. Right? Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more. There you go. There you go. That's Proverbs 31. Very short. It ends it nicely, okay, Proverbs. And we have finished another set time of Proverbs. That was the 22nd time. Right? We're now finished, and we will start all over again tomorrow on July the 1st, the 23rd time. I'm doing this 24 times for myself, okay? If you seek wisdom, you seek it for yourself, okay? I just make these because it keeps me studying, okay? By putting out a video, it gives me the responsibility to read the Bible for myself every day, and I do, right? I have studied the Bible and put out a couple of videos a day for almost 2 years now, okay? In fact, I think it's been over 2 years. So, every day. Have I grown? Sure. How could you not grow, right? By getting into the Word of God every day, okay? And you should. So, tomorrow we'll start a new one. We'll use a new version, okay? I'm not sure which version yet, maybe the Holman Christian Standard or one of those, So, I would use a different one. This particular program that we use doesn't have all the older versions, and I don't like the newer printings because they have changed them. They have added words, like it said in the earlier Proverbs study. Do not add words, right? But they did. So there you go. Give us a like if you think about it, and tomorrow we'll start a brand new trip through Proverbs. See you then.